For beautiful eyes, look for the good in others. For beautiful lips, speak only words of kindness. And for poise, walk with the knowledge that you are never alone. Audrey Hepburn. Hello ladies, welcome back to Thankful Thriftiness. Today I want to talk about how to be a lady in the 21st century. This may be a somewhat controversial topic, but for people like myself who are trying to work towards being more ladylike, more gracious, I thought it might be valuable to talk about what a lady even is in this era we live in. This is something I've struggled with a lot throughout my life. I had an idea when I was younger of what a lady should be. It's definitely changed throughout the years as I've grown and hopefully matured, and I imagine it will change a lot throughout the rest of my life. Obviously, being a lady is something that is different for everyone in some ways. In others, there are some pretty basic building blocks. Let's start by talking about some of the stereotypes of being ladylike. Depending upon how you were brought up, your definition will vary greatly. As I was brought up reading Little House on the Prairie and other historical fiction books, as well as biographies, I have more of a mentality of what it was like back in colonial times to be a lady, whereas others grew up watching people like Audrey Hepburn. For some like myself, we want to strive to be more like these women back in history, whereas others see no attraction in the idea of being ladylike and proper. When I was younger, I had a very different impression on what a lady was back then and what a lady should be today. Here are where some of those ideas went wrong. I thought that women were supposed to be uptight, proper, almost borderline haughty, and tight-laced in corsets, which sounds miserable. Let's just say that sounds miserable. A woman who was completely orderly and in control and poised at all times, never showing when she's flustered or upset or anxious. Almost perfection. Basically a woman who doesn't need Jesus, which is when I realized I had it completely wrong. That mindset was completely warped because I want to need Jesus more every day, and if I think I need him less, then I'm in a really bad spot. And also, I can't live up to all of that. There are factors in life that throw a wrench in the wheels of our plans. I don't dress like this every day. Y'all have seen me, I dress pretty grungy throughout the rest of the week, even in videos sometimes. When I was around the age of 15, 16, 17, my mom actually hosted a girls' Bible study studying a book by Leslie Ludy on being feminine, I believe, as Christian women, and why it's important and how to do it. And I'll link some resources down below because it was very helpful to help reframe my mindset of what women should be. Here are some trademarks of a true lady. Someone who's selfless, who puts others before herself. A woman with a meek and quiet spirit because this is pleasing in the sight of the Lord. Someone who's kind and caring and generous. Someone who's honest. Someone who's poised because she's confident, because she knows that God is in control and that his plans will work out no matter if she messes up or not. A lady who's orderly in her approach to life, who's productive and is not afraid to get her hands dirty. So if you thought my first definition of a lady was hard to live up to, this one's even worse. However, as a Christian, I'm already supposed to be striving for a lot of these things, and so hopefully it kind of comes with the territory eventually. Still got a ton of work to do, especially on the feistiness. Can be an issue. Something else you might notice about the attributes of a true lady is that so many different personalities can fit within this box. A lot of people don't want to even consider the possibility of ladylikeness because they see no need for it, but also because maybe they were given more of a loud, exuberant personality. And I will tell you that it is not just quiet, shy people who can be ladies. Some of the most ladylike and gracious women I have ever met, and I am so honored to know, are mothers who have raised children. They're very selfless, they are not self-centered. They are not the most glamorous people you'll ever meet. They dress simply, but beautifully. They don't wear a ton of makeup. They just refine the beauty God has given them. And they're gracious. They seek to help others. They're very kind, and they are people you would want to turn to for help. Whereas the stereotypical lady, I probably wouldn't ask her for help because I wouldn't want her to know that I'm struggling with something. Especially if you're a young lady, a teenager, a young woman, if you're seeking to become more ladylike, more gracious, here are a few ideas to get you started. Writing thank you notes. I've mentioned this in a couple videos ago, and it really is powerful. I mean, how many people do you know that actually write thank you notes when someone's done something for them? It might feel intimidating, but even refining your writing skills a bit can really go a long way in being poised and elegant. One of my favorite resources for being a lady is Jennifer Scott from The Daily Connoisseur. I'm going to link her YouTube channel down below. I highly recommend every one of her videos. I watch her frequently, and I kind of want to be her when I grow up. She's pretty awesome. If you're working towards being more selfless, I find that you can't just pray and hope that God will help you with it. You have to take some practical steps in that direction. One is being hospitable, sharing whatever you have, whether that be a little, a lot, just holding it with an open hand and being thankful for what God has given you, but realizing He could take it back like that. And He wants us to share with others. He doesn't give us what He does just for us to hang on to it for ourselves. The next is to be a listening ear. There are so few people in this world that are safe places when you're hurting, when you need help and advice. Try to be open to listening, and that will help cultivate you into a person that others feel like they can come to. Whether they're struggling or have joys they want to share, the Bible tells us to rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. And I think it's something I know I can improve on much, and I have been blessed with some amazing examples in my life. Especially my sister Campbell, she's very good with that. Some practical advice to look more poised and ladylike is to refine the beauty you've been given, not try to look like someone else or be the center of attention. I'll tell you what, if you simply seek to refine what God has given you, it will stand out. When I see a woman, even just at the grocery store, who seems poised and confident and doesn't seem like she's trying to be someone she's not, and you can tell she puts care into her appearance, but doesn't over-obsess about it, people take notice. It's quite interesting. And I think in our minds we have it the other way around, is, oh, if I look the most flashy or the most fill in the blank, that it will catch people's attention. And of course the goal is never to catch people's attention. But I'll tell you what, you won't be a wallflower if you take care of how you look, but don't over-obsess about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to share some tips and ideas on how to be more ladylike and gracious, or you'd like to give a shout out to a wonderful woman in your life, please write it in the comments below. Today I'm giving a shout out to my mom, who taught me hospitality, how to care for a home, and to my sweet friend Emma, who is gorgeous and poised and elegant and has shown me what it looks like to be gracious and kind to those around you and to be gentle. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you ladies next week. Bye! Sorry, is that the ladylike wave or is that the princess wave?